underrated fighter, man. Bisping's much better than he gets credit for.
So do you think he may not have to fight a Weidman next, or a win with Weidman Boach? Obviously, there's a Belcher fight out there which I'm fascinated as well.
Yeah.
Belcher, Boach, Weidman, Bisping are the four really, aren't they?
Yeah. True. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
You know what Brian Stan said this week is that after the fight, apparently you told him that you thought he beat Bisping.
Yeah.
You did?
I thought he won the third round. I had it 1-1, and I thought he won the third round. It was close. I told him, and Bisping was walking. I told Bisping, he goes, "What'd you think?" I said, "I thought you lost the third round." He goes, "I can't even get to my fucking locker room, and you're telling me you think I lost the fucking fight?" Yeah.
That's why we.
Hey, listen, I'm honest. I'm always honest. I tell you what I think. I had it 1-1, and I gave Stan the third. But it was close. It's not like this. Holy shit, this is crazy. The refs, the judging is terrible. It was that close of a fight that it could have gone either way. That was just the way that I scored.
So you personally, you seen Bisping kind of just ahead of Weidman there in the contender stage?
Yeah, I think Bisping, Weidman. The thing that really put Weidman over, he beat Maya, then he comes out and destroys.
And what's Joe's thinking on? Are you able to speak for Joe Silva? What's his thinking on?
He's right there. I'm thinking on what?
On Bisping and Silva.
Yep.
Does he like it?
Yeah, no, he and I were talking about it the night of the fight. Yeah, he likes it too. We both like it. Yeah, we were talking about it in Toronto.
Is the reason you're waiting for George after Carlos to see if there's a super fight potentially? Is that why you're waiting to announce him?
For what?
For Anderson. You're waiting to announce him because you're waiting to see what happens with George.
Yeah.
So in theory, Condit could lose to George, but then fight for the vacant title if George goes on to fight Anderson.
So Condit could lose to George.
No, fight for the title right after that.
No, what'll happen is George and Anderson will fight at a catchweight. It'll really just be a pound for pound type fight. Like who's the pound for? Because right now, first of all, I think that, and you guys all might have your own opinions. I think that Anderson Silva is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Well, you go north in America, and everybody up there thinks that George St. Pierre is. And you get a lot of people who think George is, and a lot of people who think. So it would be more of a pound for pound type fight. You know what I mean?
I hate to bring up the Strikeforce thing because I know your hands off of that, but obviously that's just.
I got nothing. That's nothing.
Dana,
call Scott Coker.
The last time you were here, you were or in Europe, you were at the UFC in Sweden, and it was kind of a star-making performance for Alexander Gustafsson. His name was one of the names that didn't really get talked about. When I asked him about it, he said he didn't get the call to potentially fight John Jones. Do you think that's more? Why is that?
Because we have him on that Fox card.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to do is when these things happen, we're not trying to rip 5 cards apart to try to build to save this one over here. You know what I mean? I hate doing that. So that's why.
Okay. It wasn't because you didn't see him not being a worthy contender?
No, not at all. Okay. Not at all. I mean, that's a big. Well, we need to run this business, and we need to deliver for the fans when we're coming. We need to deliver. You also have to be fair to guys that, he's preparing to fight Shogun. Yeah. It's a huge fight for him. It's a meaningful fight. This fight really means something. You don't want to tear those apart. You don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough, man. If we can keep guys healthy, my life would be so much better. Yeah. My life would be so much better.
And do you think this is the fight for the world to see Gustafsson? I mean, it's on Fox. It's a huge fight against,
And we saw Shogun in that last fight with Brandon Vera. I mean, Shogun just has so much dog in him, man. That guy just, when he comes to fight, it's going to be an interesting fight. That's a fun one.
I asked you a little bit about this in Toronto, and I want to go back into it for a second. Why do you think people are so down on the Silva Bonner fight? Because I just think it's a fun fight, and I think it's okay to have fun fights sometimes.
You're absolutely 100% right. And the fact that the pound for pound best fighter in the world steps up and says, somebody's hurt, I'm in. Second time he's done it too. Because he came in late after I already canceled the Jones fight.
Right.
Came in late to do it again. It's just, Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I kind of look at it as without Bonner in the first forest fight, Anderson might not be in the position that he is now to be the number one guy in the world. So
true.
it's kind of a.
And Bonner is vowing to shock the world. It's one of those. I mean, this is. You want to talk about a Rocky story? You want to talk about a Rocky story? This is a Rocky story right here, man. And Bonner's one of these guys that this fight means everything in the world to this guy. That he's getting this fight. He felt like, he's been on this 4-fight win streak and felt like there was nothing there for him. Like he wasn't. He feels his career's winding down, and he never got his big moment. He had it with Forrest, lost that thing by this much, and now he's getting this opportunity. It's going to be interesting to see what Bonner does. But I agree with you 100%. There's nothing wrong with having fun fights.
Do you think that Bonner's career could have gone differently? There were a couple of roadblocks there in the middle. I mean, he got popped for steroids the one time, and the second Forrest fight. Well, I think he got popped for it in that second Forrest fight. But could things have gone differently for him? Or he fought John Jones close. Jones' second fight.
Yeah, that was. You think about that too. Think about the guys that John Jones has destroyed. Him and Bonner was a tough fight.
Yeah, that might have been Jones' toughest fight.
Yeah, I agree.
But,
it's a very good point. I agree with you.
And do you think that he was only a few hairs, from being over the top?
I think that's the way he feels too.
Yeah.
I think it really burns him inside.
I think he started fighting to a game plan the last couple of fights, and that was annoying him. Instead of just going out there and being Stephen Bonner, and that's what he'll have got back now. Because he's going out to live against Anderson.
Yeah,
he's got to fight the guy.
You're right.
On the Demetrius Johnson thing, if you're not booing but you don't particularly like Johnson's style, do you have an issue with that?
No. That's you know what that's like?
Because he does fight on the back foot.
Yeah. It's like a Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler thing. You know what I mean? Like, people like Hagler style, people don't like Leonard. People like Leonard style, they don't like Hagler's. Yeah, that's completely different. But the thing is, too, is that if you look at, like, when you talk about that style, Sugar Ray used to do a lot of flurries and move around. Fucking, he was lighting Benavidez. Did you see Benavidez' face after that fight? It's not like he was just moving away and doing. He was.
The only time Benavidez had a chance in that fight was when Johnson came forward. That was the only chance. The rest of the time, he couldn't put his hands on him.
Guy's so fast.
Yeah. Do you feel like those guys are going to fight again, though? I mean, as new as that division is, this may be one of those 3 or 4 times.
So good too. I mean, in that division, I don't see. I mean, we got this fight coming up with Dodson and see who wins that one. Dodson and Mighty Mouse, they're 2 fast guys. That's an interesting fight.
You guys announced the Ultimate Fighter India. I don't know if anybody's asked you yet. Is the plan on that? After that season's over, you guys will have a card in India. Will it be just those guys that are on the show, or will you bring in more guys? You bring in more guys over there. Do you have any idea where that'll be yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a technical question that involves time zones and flights? Are you going to make it to the two?
I'm going to make it.
How are you going to do that?
I'm bringing him with me too.
Sorry, I'm talking about the two tough.
Australia and the U.S.
In the 24 hours.
Same day. Yeah.
The same day.
Yeah.
But you've done that before. You did New Jersey, Atlantic City, and
Brazil, right? Yeah, I did Atlantic City and Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is bigger. This is
this is a bigger one. This is more challenging. So I'm gonna bring Silva with me. So me and him will be at the tough finale in Australia. As soon as that fight ends, I won't do the press conference. I'll go right to the plane. We'll fly back and we'll make it in time. I was gonna bring Buffer too, but we're not that confident that we're gonna be there for the first fight.
Yeah. So you literally.
So Buffer will be in the United States, and we'll use another guy.
When was the last time you used another?
An hour into the card.
Or we'll either be there on time, or we'll miss a couple fights.
How's Buffer responding to that? When was the last time he's missed one?
This will be the only time.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever had it. Since the very early days.
The only time he's ever missed one.
He's gonna freak out.
Yeah, he will. It's true. He's gonna want to try to do like the Tupac hologram over there or something.
So he doesn't know till we print this, yeah?
Yeah. He doesn't know
till we print this. Yeah.
Hey Dana, this is kind of weird, but is there I'm sure there's a backup plan in place that if Bruce is walking into the MGM Grand and he trips and breaks his leg the night of the fight, What do you guys
We
do?
got plenty of doctors. Strap that thing up and throw them in there.
But so there's no like guy on reserve just in case.
No, there's no backup plan if the buff
Bruce
goes
or
down.
nothing. All right.
Rampage and Mitrione had a bit of fighting words on Monday, and both said they want to fight each other at heavyweight. Would that be a fight that interests you?
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Have you been following the thing between Dan Hardy and Matt Hughes? Have you seen this?
No.
So Matt Hughes is he's into hunting, likes going, fishing and hunting and shooting animals.
Hunting and stuff.
Back, so he goes to Africa with his son and shoots like zebra and wildebeest and all these African animals, posts it on a blog. Dan Hardy sees it, starts letting rip, like, can't understand why anyone would go to Africa, and the two really don't like each other. That's just very kind of got him a hypocrite. And
The shots of him and Matt and his son shot the zebra, the wildebeest, and they carved there was like about 15 animals, like the big ones. And then initially on the mole, and the police officer and it's recording that, so like to knock him out.
Now Hughes is winding down in his career right now,
Right.
so but you see, if that beef develops a little bit and Dan keeps winning,
I want Hughes to retire. Yeah, Hughes has nothing left to prove. I'm not into shooting animals either. I'm not a hunter or not into that stuff at all. But that's what you're into.
What do you think Hughes is waiting for? I mean, is he talking to you at all about holding out and like wanting to find something
I
else?
think that for these guys, if you look at the guys who helped us build this company, Hughes is one of them. The Chuck Liddells, the Hugheses. It's hard to finally say it's over, and
But if he
doesn't.
doesn't take another fight, I mean, how is he going to know that it's over? You know what I mean?
He's with us forever anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Hughes is one of our guys.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere, so he can keep the door open forever.
the obligatory rumour, as soon as we've got you in front of us, Brock Lesnar. All sorts of rumours floating around. Anything happening? Any talks?
What's the rumor with him now?
Well,